What is up, guys, and welcome back to another video. And today we are going to go over 10 shocking times superheroes reveal their secret identities. Number 10, Nightwing. Bruce Wayne successfully managed to keep his identity a secret from the public, but his former sidekick hasn't been so lucky. Forever Evil is a crossover comic book storyline that was written by Jeff Johns. It mainly focuses on the villains of the DC universe, such as Lex Luthor, the Rogues, Black Adam, and Sinestro. The true villains of the event are the Crime Syndicate, which are an evil version of the Justice League from Earth 3. When Nightwing returns to Gotham City, he is kidnapped by Superwoman and Owlman. During their broadcast, they reveal to the world that Dick Grayson is actually Nightwing. After this happened, Batman asked him to join an organization called Spiral as a double agent. Since he was a member of Spiral, he received hypnotic implants that made his face impossible to remember. Near the ending of the Grayson comic book series, a psychic satellite network was used to wipe the memory of him from existence to everyone except his closest friends. Number 9, Green Lantern. John Stewart, the second most famous Green Lantern, was created by Denny O'Neil and Neil Adams in 1971. He was selected by the Guardians of the Universe as Hal Jordan's backup after Guy Gardner was seriously injured in a disaster. In 1985's Green Lantern number 188, Stewart's identity was exposed on a TV news report while he was in space. He continued to serve as Earth's Green Lantern, and most people did not have a problem with him being a hero. Karis Ferris was one of the few characters who didn't like the fact that he was a superhero. He was fired from his job as an architect because she refused to allow her company to have any association with the Lanterns. Stewart never went back to having a secret identity because he felt comfortable with people knowing who he was. In Justice League Unlimited, which is an animated show that most people know him from, he is not seen wearing a mask. Number 8, Professor X. Outside of the superhero community, many people did not know that he had superpowers. That changed in 2001 when Cassandra Nova was introduced as his evil twin sister. In Grant Morrison's New X-Men, she put her mind in Xavier's body. While Cassandra was on national TV, she told the world that Xavier was a mutant. After she exposed her brother, she went to the Shi'ar Empire and used her powers to take control of the Imperial fleet. She constructed a psychic monster around herself that was made up of the body parts of all the people she had absorbed and controlled. Because of her, there was a significant increase in the amount of anti-mutant protests. Eventually, the X-Men were able to defeat Cassandra by trapping her in a psychic prison. Xavier returned to his body, but it still didn't change the fact that the public knew about his telepathic abilities. Number 7, Captain America. Everyone may know that Steve Rogers is Captain America in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but he maintained a secret identity for a few decades in the comics. When Captain America entered the modern world, he announced his retirement and revealed his identity in 1967's Tales of Suspense number 95 by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. Since his retirement did not last long, he faked his own death with a Rogers-shaped mask because he wanted to trick Hydra. In 2002, Captain America revealed his identity again after he killed a terrorist on live television in 2002's Captain America number 3. Ever since then, his identity has remained known to the public. In 2007, Rogers was supposedly assassinated. When he returned, he became the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. and did not wear a mask to hide his face because he no longer cared about people knowing who he was. Number 6, Nite Owl. Hollis Mason may not be as well known as the second Nite Owl, Daniel Dreiberg, but he still played an important role in the Watchmen comics. Mason was a New York City policeman who was inspired by Superman and Hooded Justice to become Nite Owl in 1938. After he joined a group of heroes called the Minutemen, he fought Axis agents on the home front during World War II. In 1962, he retired and wrote an autobiography called Under the Hood. He explained the events leading up to the time when he became a hero and discussed how the Minutemen formed. The first 5 chapters of his book are printed along with the first 3 issues of the Watchmen series. When Mason got older, he opened an auto repair shop and became friends with Daniel. The second Nite Owl arranged a prison break, which angered a gang known as the Knot Tops. They attacked Mason in his home because they thought that he was dead. After he died, he was given a statue in recognition of his time as Nite Owl. Number 5, The Flash. The Trial of the Flash is an extended storyline that was written by Cary Bates and illustrated by Carmine Infantino. In the comic, Iris West was killed by Reverse Flash, and this left Barry Allen heartbroken. Later on, he found happiness with a woman named Fiona Webb. He wanted to marry her, but his enemy did not allow it to happen. Reverse Flash tries to kill Fiona, which is what caused Barry to snap his neck. Not only was he on the trial for the murder of his arch nemesis, but he was also nearly kicked out of the Justice League. In order to keep his identity a secret, he had facial reconstructive surgery. When he took off his mask during the trial, he looked like a completely different person. The storyline ends with the Flash acquitted of all the charges because Abracadabra brainwashed the jury. The next time fans see the Flash is in Crisis on Infinite Earths, which is a popular crossover event that involves Barry sacrificing himself to the Speed Force. After his death, Wally West became the Flash and he revealed their identities to the general public. The achievements of both heroes were recognized in Central City's Flash Museum. In 2003, the Spectra used his power to erase the public's knowledge of the Flash's true identity. Number 4. Daredevil. Whenever it is revealed that Matt Murdock is Daredevil, his life spirals out of control. In 1966, Daredevil teamed up with Spider-Man for one issue. After Peter Parker found his true identity, he sent a letter to Nelson and Murdock because he wanted to let them know that his secret is completely safe. Unfortunately, Foggy and Karen read the letter and they were angry at their friend for putting his life in danger. This caused Matt to come up with a ridiculous lie. He said that Daredevil was actually his twin brother, Mike, and he went on with this act for a while before killing Mike. Another time someone revealed his identity was in the famous Daredevil storyline, Born Again. In the comic, Karen left New York City so she can pursue an acting career in Hollywood. When her plan didn't work out, she became a star of pornographic movies and a heroin addict. Many fans were angry at her when she told Matt's secret identity for a shot of heroin. During Mark Waid's run, the Sons of the Serpent managed to infiltrate the New York justice system. Since they had enough evidence to prove that he was Daredevil, Matt had to take an oath and reveal his identity. The Bar Association disbarred him because he repeatedly lied to the press and public. Number 3. Iron Man. Just like Captain America, the movie version of Iron Man did not feel the need to keep a secret identity. In the 2008 standalone movie, Tony Stark admitted that he was Iron Man during a press conference. He wanted to have a private life in the comics, so he told the world that Iron Man was his bodyguard. Unfortunately, it was only a matter of time before people found out that he was lying. In the 1998 Iron Man / Captain America annual, Stark used Mentalose technology to make the world forget that he was Iron Man. He also revealed his identity in Iron Man Volume 3, number 55, which was the 400th issue of the regular series. While he was having a press conference, he put on his armor because he wanted to save a dog from being run over. Ever since then, Tony Stark has been very comfortable with people knowing that he is a superhero. Number 2. Superman. Since this iconic superhero has been around in the comics for such a long time, his identity was revealed to the public on several occasions. Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow is a story that was originally published in Superman number 423 and Action Comics number 583. In the comic, Tim Crane visited former Daily Planet reporter Lois Lane, hoping that she would be able to shed some light on the mystery of Superman's disappearance. She explained how Toyman and the prankster discovered Superman's identity by torturing his childhood best friend Pete Ross. In order to prove that Clark Kent was Superman, they attacked him during a live TV broadcast. The world found out that Clark was the Man of Steel after he defended himself by using his powers. In 2015 Superman number 43, Lois Lane published Superman's identity online because she wanted to prevent the villain, Porter Root, from blackmailing him. When Superman found out that he was dying, he told Lois to write about the full details of his life in the 2016 crossover, The Final Days of Superman. And number 1, Spider-Man. Just like Batman and Daredevil, this superhero is known for keeping a secret identity so he could protect his loved ones. He knows that his enemies would hurt his friends and family if they discover that he is Peter Parker. Many people were surprised when they found out that Spider-Man supported the Registration Act because they thought it was out of character. Spider-Man unmasked himself during a press conference in 2006 Civil War number 2. He stopped supporting the Registration Act once he realized that he made one of the biggest mistakes of his life. After finding out that Peter is Spider-Man, Kingpin hired someone to kill him. This leads to an assassin fatally wounding Aunt May with a bullet that was meant for Spider-Man. In the controversial 2007 storyline, One More Day, Peter and his wife Mary Jane made a deal with the demon Mephisto. They traded their marriage in order to save Aunt May's life and restore Spider-Man's secret identity. And that is it for the video, guys. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, do not forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at Valenplana, and I'll see you all later.